Hey Embers, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another kind of comparison video, I guess. So today I wanted to talk to you all about one of my favourite games of all time, which is Pirates: The Legend of Black Cat, as you can see in front of you. Not many people know about this game at all, much like Draken. I seem to have a thing for PlayStation 2 RPGs that nobody else really knows about. Now, I have played Pirates: The Legend of Black Cat since I was a child on the PlayStation 2, as you can see on the left there. I recently bought it on the Xbox in the last sort of 6 months or so, I believe. We can do a little bit of a comparison, seeing as the Draken one did amazingly well. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I did a comparison video between the PAL and the NTSC version of Draken the Ancient Gates. These are both PAL versions, so none of these are the NTSC version, but I thought we'd do a comparison nonetheless because there are some interesting differences between the two. Yes, the best place to start this video is, what is Pirates: The Legend of Black Cat? In a nutshell, you play as Katerina DeLeon, which is the lady depicted on the front here. Fun fact for all you Buffy the Vampire Slayer fans, Katerina is voiced by Araceli, who also played Ampada the Mummy in the Inca Mummy Girl episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So just a little fun fact for you there. She is, as you can see, a pirate. She is the governor's daughter. There is an event that happens in the beginning of the game which leads Katerina onto an adventure. There's a lot to it, but essentially she learns that her mother was a pirate. So you play as Katerina on land, but there is also sea battles. I have played only the PlayStation 2 version. I have not played the Xbox version, so I don't know if there's any differences. I love the front cover. I just want to draw your attention to the rating here, which says 15+. Then exactly the same cover for the Xbox version. Again, it does say PAL in the top right corner. Exactly the same cover, but if I can draw your attention here, the rating is 11+. Is this an error, or did they take certain things out of the Xbox version? I honestly have no idea, and maybe I should have done some research before starting this video, but I didn't. So moving on to the spines, the PlayStation version has the typical PlayStation 2 spine there, whereas the Xbox version has the picture going across the side, which is again quite typical for Xbox games. Then we'll move on to the back, which, as you can see, there are some differences. So Be a Pirate on the PlayStation 2 version is right up there on the top, whereas it's nearer the middle on the Xbox version. The pictures are the same pictures, but they're just sort of orientated a little bit differently. Writing is exactly the same on both versions, if you would like to pause and read that. I'll show you on this one as well, but it is exactly the same. And then you have all the copyright information, which is slightly different, but I'm not going to go through all the differences on this side. So I've opened them up. Here is the PlayStation 2 version at the top, and then we have the Xbox version at the bottom. Apologies for the glare on the disc, but we'll talk about disc first and then finally move on to the booklet. So as you can see, the colour scheme on the discs is pretty similar. Of course, they've got PlayStation 2 and Xbox on them, so that's obviously different. The picture is the same picture, but again, a slightly different orientation. The Pirates logo is at the top on the PlayStation 2 version, bottom on the Xbox version, just to accommodate for the logos there. Finally, we'll move on to the booklets, and straight off the bat, the Xbox version of the booklet is a lot thicker than the PlayStation version. I don't know if I'll be able to show you that very well. The front cover is pretty much the same. On the PlayStation version, the picture has been zoomed in. This is a zoomed out version of the same picture. And of course, you have Xbox on the top of the Xbox booklet. You don't have PlayStation on the top of the PlayStation booklet, interestingly. The back of both booklets is exactly the same. I tell a lie, there are some slight differences, as you can see at the bottoms, but they both lead you to the Electronic Arts Hints and Tips line. So this is the PlayStation version of the booklet. I'm going to go through it, but I'm not going to talk about it too much. But pause if you would like to read it. We'll keep a note of the page numbers as well. But again, this is the PlayStation version. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to get my fingers in the way too much. Again, just everything you need to know about the game, really. A typical booklet, typical layout here. This is the credits. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Westwood Studios exists anymore. That's who created this game. So still keeping a note of the page numbers there. So there are 24 pages to the PlayStation booklet. Now we'll quickly move on to the Xbox booklet. Here we go. So I won't go through it too much, but I'll do the same as I did for that one. Again, I haven't gone through the booklets to see if there's any differences. But this one is thicker, like I say. And I do love this game because I love pirates in general. I'm a huge Pirates of the Caribbean fan. I've talked about this film a few times on this channel, but Cutthroat Island with Gina Davis was one of my favourite films as a kid. It's not really aged tremendously well now. I just love piracy, the pirates era in general. Oh, this booklet also has the same 24 pages as the PlayStation one, but they have used slightly thicker paper, which is something I noted in my Draken comparison video as well. I perhaps naively assumed that was a UK versus US paper discrepancy. These are both PAL versions, so I guess there's a Sony and Microsoft paper discrepancy as well. And that's it. That is my comparison between the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox version of Pirates: The Legend of Black Cat. In terms of gameplay, much like the Draken video, I unfortunately cannot comment because I've only played the PlayStation 2 version. I haven't played the Xbox version. But my question for you guys is, have you ever played this game? And if you haven't, play this game. It is amazing. I may try and find an original Xbox to give this a go because I doubt it will work on the 360. It certainly doesn't work on the Xbox One. If any game deserves a remaster, it is this one. Like I said about Draken, why can't we go back to some of the old PlayStation 2 titles and remaster them? Particularly the RPGs, because they are my favourites. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye EMbers.